How you doing? Epic story of tomorrow followers. I just thought I'd do a nice Sunday evening video to see how you're all doing. Well, I'm going to answer the question straight away. Everyone says, why are you always in bed, Decca? Well, because I'm going to answer a couple of things. One, I don't have a social life, okay? I dedicate my whole life now to training and diet and self-care and mental well-being. I see a mental health team, psychologist, and I'm getting the help that I need for mental health problems as I'm diagnosed complex post-traumatic stress disorder. My routine, I have to be in routine. If I go a routine, my head goes a little bit potty and I start overthinking, and it's not good. Okay, it isn't good. When I start overthinking, it isn't good at all. I spend a lot of time in bed because I wouldn't say I haven't got loads of friends, but I choose not to mix with people. So what I do is I go to the gym, I come home, go back out training, I come home. Sometimes I'll do things on my own, like I'll go to the cinemas on my own. But listen, I don't need any sympathy. I enjoy that. I enjoy my own company. So there's your answer, really. I don't mix with many people. I try to stay out as much drama as possible, which I do. I try and do the best for my mind as I possibly can now, because I'm full flow into my training. I'm actually obsessed and addicted to the gym again, which I love. I mean, I'm even visualising tomorrow's training session that I'm going to have. But one problem that I did used to suffer with was social anxiety. Now, I don't get it as much anymore, but this is the reason why I don't go nightclubbing, I don't go to pubs, because when I used to go out, I always used to sit with my back against the wall. I would never, ever sit with my back against people, because I was always edgy and paranoid that someone was going to come behind me. So what I would do was I would always have my back against the wall. For some reason, I mean, as a fighting man, especially the days when I always used to have a chip on my shoulder, I would always sit with my back against the wall, and I would analyse the pub. I would check it out. I would always make sure who was in, what was going on. I would spend a lot of my time analysing. I could sense trouble a mile away. I could always sense trouble a mile away. You know, my days of clubbing and partying are well over. I'm 38-year-old now. You know, now and again I contemplate and going out celebrating and stuff, but I know deep down that if I touch one alcoholic drink, there's a danger of me going back down that dark road again, and that is one place that I don't want to go. So the only things that I drink, guys, is coffee, and you're never going to take that out of my diet, and water. I drink probably about 3, well, it's 2 litres there. I probably drink about 2.5 of them. Well, it's 1.5 litres. So I drink maybe I drink 2.5, 3 of them a day. Okay, completely. I'll drink a water before I leave the house for the gym, just to get the water inside me, just to get myself hydrated. But social anxiety was a big thing for me, especially in public places. It used to cause me like anxiety and panic attacks and stuff. It's crazy because when I first started doing, when I first started doing my podcast show back in November 2021, well, October 2021, I had social anxiety then. Now what it was, and this is what I used to find very weird, and I spoke about this to the mental health team, when I was interviewing people and going to strange places to meet these people to do interviews, I felt comfortable. The interviews kind of gave me some sort of peace, and it was something that I actually enjoyed doing, meeting new people and hearing different stories. Now, I was always a stickler for listening to different stories. I mean, I've interviewed the Mexican cartel. I've interviewed George Valdez from the Netflix documentary Cocaine Cowboys. I interviewed Dominic Negis. I've interviewed, you know, I've interviewed a lot. If you look at my official All or Nothing podcast and go to the playlist, full podcast, you'll see the amount of people that I've interviewed. And you know what it was? It was never a problem. It was never ever a problem interviewing people. My problem came when it wasn't podcast time, and I was like, I'd go to the gym, I'd be on the trains, I'd go in a busy shop, like a shopping market, and it was busy, I'd get social anxiety then. I think a lot of the social anxiety came from self-worth issues, and this is what I spent a lot of my life worrying about, the self-worth issues. Now, I never ever loved myself. I was always very, very low in confidence, and I was always thought I wasn't, you know, I always put myself down in my looks. I always put myself down of the way I was, and always thought I was fat. And you know what, come on guys, you know what it is. Listen, it's not a sympathy vote either. It's just I'm speaking honestly because I know people connect with certain things that I'm trying to say. Like I say, I'm not feeling these things now. That's why I'm talking about them, because I'm actually comfortable speaking about them, because I'm actually feeling great shape, and I love who I am, and I like what I've got now. But it's took a long time, because it's once upon a time I was so insecure. I mean, I wouldn't say that insecure is completely gone, because it hasn't. Still get insecure. I still get a little bit insecure in myself, but I think everyone's got some sort of insecure issues in the looks or the way they are, or certain muscle parts, or the face, or the hair, or some sort of thing. So I think my social anxiety came from my self-worth issues, thinking people were judging me and looking at me, but I know that I was creating a monster in my mind. I know it was me. I know it was me just mentally creating that. So yeah, that was a massive issue for a lot of my life. The problem is now I'm actually on a massively consistent run where I'm actually feeling probably the best I've ever felt since I was a kid. I mean, I'm in a place at the moment now where nothing, and I mean nothing, is getting in the way of what I'm doing. No negativity, nothing. Don't even go on YouTube. I don't look through anything. I just concentrate on the mental health channel. Hopefully I'm getting my podcast back this week. You know, I'm still in talks. YouTube's still sending me emails that I am going to be getting it back. I'm going to get back on the road. I just need to find a cameraman, and then I'll be back out there doing interviews with people. But I'm also going to be doing the stuff with the mental health channel as well, so I'm going to be quite busy. See, for me, this channel, it's more like video diaries. And I'm enjoying it, and it's crazy because I find it easier talking to the public to a camera than I do a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a mental health team. It's mental. There's only certain details that I've never ever went into. But I just thought I'd make this video just for tonight, and let everybody know that, you know, people that are suffering social anxiety, you know, you've got to pinpoint the reason why. You know, what is the reason why? My reason was self-worth issues, thinking people were judging me. You know, honestly, what it is when I think what it is with me, when I had a reputation, like when I had a rep, you know, like always people thought me Decca Heggie, tough man. Decca Heggie, this tough man. I always had this image in my head that I had to be big, muscly, and strong, and I lived off what other people's perception of me was, and that was wrong because people weren't really thinking that. I was creating that. Now I live how I want to live. I do what I want to do, and there's one thing that really gets my back up. I will never ever be controlled. No one will ever tell me what to do. At the end of the day, if somebody asks me to do something politely with great manners, I'd oblige and say, yeah. If someone tells me what to do, it'll never happen, and that gets my back up massively. But like I say, guys, thank you for listening to me again. If you could like and subscribe to the channel. I just want to say thank you to the 22 new members we have on the channel. Thank you very much, guys. I much appreciate it, and I'll no doubt you will see a video from me in the morning. God bless.